Hello, good evening, and welcome to this week's episode of Guide Out of Darkness. And I am your intuitive teacher broadcasting live from Mexico, Nekisha
Hey.
Michelle. And I have some amazing guys that are here with us today. You may remember Letitia from last week, our premiere show. So Letitia is back with us. Letitia, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, hello everyone. My name is Letitia. I am in Houston and I am on this journey, spiritual journey, and I'm excited about being here again.
Yay. And oh my God. Did I bring tissue? I keep forgetting
Oh
to
my
bring my
gosh,
tissue, but
girl.
I know I'm gonna need some tissue, even though this is a funny lady. But she is like so near and dear to my heart. Our guest guide today that is going to illuminate us with a little of her experiences, her tools, as well as her humor. Okay. I have had 13 years of her humor, her support as a sister, none other than comedian, funny lady, Queen Aishah's in the house.
Greetings. Hey, my people. What's up, beautiful people? What's up? How are you? I'm so happy to be here. I was invited last week, but I was unable to make it. But I'm so glad that I was able to make it today. We're going to have an awesome time loving on each other, exchanging energy and
Yes.
guidance and tools and all those things. So I'm pleased. Do I need to say what I do? Or did you say it
Well,
already?
I do have a little commercial of what you do. Hold on.
Oh, Lord.
Hold on. Let me play it
Okay.
a little bit for our people because I know you don't need no introduction. However, I do have a little introduction of this funny lady. Let's see here. Where is here it is. Here we go. Can y'all see it?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Oh, I have to. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, yeah, mute myself when it plays. That's right. Okay, share. And then share. Okay, can y'all see it now?
Not yet.
You still can't see it? I broke the wire. Oh,
Honey.
I'm telling
Technology.
you,
It will
especially
try
when
you
you're
every time.
okay.
Like a kid playing you
That's
out when
you.
you got guests or roaches coming out when you got guests. Technology is the next roach.
Oh my goodness. Okay, now share. Share screen.
You better call that youngin in there to help you.
I'm
We
telling
Izzy.
you.
We need Izzy.
Share. Okay.
You want me to introduce myself and then when they get
Wait.
together?
Let's see. Can you see it?
50 is the new 40.
I hear it. I can hear it. I just don't see it.
Let me look on Facebook and see if I can see it.
My body reminded me, I have to slow down. Your insurance don't cover BS, okay? I'm gonna need you to go ahead and balance out your equilibrium before we get in some trouble, okay? Yes, again, I am Aishah Ho.
The way you just cut my name off, and it sounded like I was saying I'm a hoe.
Yeah,
My mother not gonna appreciate that.
we know you're not a hoe. We know you're a queen.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we got people watching. Okay, go ahead, Aisha. Go ahead and introduce yourself, and then we're going to get into this topic, just in case they did not see that funny.
We can show it towards the end or whatever.
You can reiterate about this brawl break.
No, I got a new one for this one. I mean, the bra situation, like yesterday, what happened to me takes the cake. But I am, by birth, I am Aishah Hogan's, Donald and Jerry's baby girl. Aisha means first, life, beloved, and prosperous. And my Aisha has an H on the end for happy. Please add it. Geraldine would be pleased. I've been an entertainer all my life, professionally for about 28 years. Little known Black history, Queen Aishah fact. I actually would sing. Me and my sisters were singers for our mother's guests. And I was the lead singer. My brother was the manager. He was pimping us, I think. Love singing, doing hair, all of that stuff. But I've, where it says in the Bible somewhere, they said your talent will make room for you. Mm-hmm. So I know that my talent and gifts is in regards to humor, which my motto is touching and healing souls through the art of laughter, has made room for me. I've had so many wonderful experiences of traveling the world, being in rooms that I'd be like, oh, how am I here? And just being able to really love on people in an extraordinary way. So I'm grateful for that. I am Queen Aishah.
Yes, thank you again so much for Queen Aishah for you saying yes to being here, Guide Out of Darkness. So let me just explain what Guide Out of Darkness is for those of you who are watching for the first time. Again, my name is Nekisha Michelle, and I am your intuitive teacher. I'm also known as the plus size love doyen, because what do? I find pleasure in helping curvy and plus size women find the love of their life. Yes, I do. So this show, each week, what we do is we provide guest guides that are bringing hope and healing to help light up your path out of darkness. And what we know for sure is that we know that people love candid discussions on living through what is called existential crisis. The dark
that was a big SAT word. Say that word again.
Break it down. The dark night of the soul. Or
I need a thesaurus.
Or the people call the spiritual awakening. And this thing, as she said, that big SAT word, I had to look it up. Like, what am I going through when it's like really, really dark? Everything is dark, every area of your life, and you really are questioning your existence to why you're even here. And it can cause you to redesign every area of your life. And I mean everything. And so this show is to bring you comfort and tools so that you can go out of darkness with our guides. And I'm happy to do this for you. I wish that I had this, but I did in so many words. And so the people, the guides that I'm pulling on are the women and individuals that have helped me along my journey out of the darkness. And so I just want to kind of start today's show with talking about one specific. So Queen Aishah and I go back about 13 years. I cannot believe, first of all.
Wow, when you said that, that's like, wow.
13? Get out of here. Like, Izzy was every bit of 3 years old, and now she is now a rising senior.
Wow.
Every bit of it was the first time I left my baby to travel to DC.
I think I remember you saying that.
Yes,
you were living in Houston at that time.
I was living in Houston, and I was hired to work with the celebrities and entertainers who were going to perform the Black celebrity vagina monologue. It was an all-star cast crew with Queen Aishah, Ayana Gregory,
Dick Gregory's daughter,
Lisa Ray. It was just
Taj
from
SWV.
Yes.
Sherry Shepherd in that one? I think
I
did it 1 year with her.
One.
She probably was in the year before.
Rowe, it was Rowe, that fitness girl.
Yes, Dr. Rowe.
Dr. Rowe. It was Denise
Dowse.
Denise Dow's. Oh,
She
she has been
produced
a
it.
wonderful
Yes.
guide for me
She
as
is so
well.
awesome. She is so dope.
It
Mama
was,
Denise.
yes, she is. Oh my God, I
I
gotta.
gave her my Obama shirt. She loved my shirt so much. I gave it to her. She's like, I gotta have that shirt. I gotta have that shirt.
Wow, yes. So we got together then, and my job was to help women connect with their emotions around such a heavy topic as, challenge and trauma around our vaginas. And they were
Mm-hmm.
going to perform that. And so
Mm-hmm.
I'll never forget, even second guessing myself, because I had been a life coach, a social worker forever, but being in a room with Queen Aishah and all these larger than life characters, I remember feeling like this big. And then it was my time to create some kind of togetherness and get an emotional alignment. And when I had finished, we did the circle of love. And when I finished, Queen Aishah said, I didn't know we was going to be doing some Iyanla Van Sense. Where the tissue? And that right there, it was like she gave me the okay, like, you're okay, you got this. And I felt so good. And I've been tied to her. And then we have something else in common. We're both Sages. So it seems like
She is December Sag. I'm November. I just made it out of cray.
So that brings
We're
us
intense
even
people.
closer. But then we hooked up in Los Angeles together and went to church together at Michael
Agape
Beckwith's
Spiritual
church. Brother
Life
Michael,
Center.
yes, we went there. And then I disappeared and moved to Atlanta. Did not know homegirl was on my heels. She was in Atlanta too. So now we're in Atlanta together. But here's where everything takes a turn. My husband had just left me. Like when I say left, some of y'all know this story and some may not, but I woke up one morning and he decided he was just gone. So when I woke up, he was gone. And I was so, of course, I was devastated. You wake up and the person has taken all their stuff and they're just gone. And I sat in my room for 3 days, just crying and crying and crying. And out of the blue, Queen Aishah gives me a call. And she said, you have been on my mind, in my spirit. And I just started.
Girl, you got my eyes wet. Wait a minute.
She was the first person that I was able to tell my truth to. And she was like, you've been on my spirit. And this is what we gonna do. It's all right. It's all right. And she handed me a tool, and I want her to share this tool because at this time, I didn't even know there were Black people practicing Buddhism. I didn't know. But she was one of the Black, I thought for sure she was born and raised, Church of God in Christ somewhere, shouting. She got
be thinking because of the thickness.
Got that shouting booty. Like when she, yes. So I just knew with that big shouting booty, she was going to be speaking in tongues and getting me through and praying me through this. But she gave me something that changed my life. Queen, could you just go back to that moment and share what gift did you give me?
Okay, so I practice Nichiren Daishonin in Buddhism, and we chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, which is we're chanting to be in unison and in communion with the universe. So that when we chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, we know that the universe rushes to support us. The purpose of chanting Nam Myoho Renge Kyo is to chant for our happiness and the happiness of others. The first Sunday of every month, we have Kosen Rufu Gonyo, which is World Peace Prayer. I was introduced at the age of 16 by my mother. She was introduced by a longtime friend of hers. I was going through all of my teenage struggles and challenges and flip mouth and all that. And I can look back now. My mom was a mother, is a mother, single mother of 6 children. I'm the first girl, the oldest girl after 3 boys with her. So we were struggling, and I was like, that's a lot on her, and me being the first girl, she had high expectations for her first girl, So the private school, we did ballet, whatever she can pour into, she poured into us. And when I say especially me, it's not that my siblings did not have, but definitely with me being the first girl, it was just different things that I was given. I'm gonna tease my sisters and be like, y'all got it because y'all was right there too. Y'all was like, it was 3 boys, then 3 girls. Anyway, so we were going through our struggles and all. So she just came home one day and she was like, she introduced us, me and my sisters, to the practice. And I joke and I say, she said, basically, you're going to chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo or you're going to leave. And I was like, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. And I will honestly say that was at the age of 16. I am 51 and a half. That the practice, Nichiren Daishonin Buddhism, has changed the trajectory of my life. Here's the thing. I was born into Islam. When my mom and my dad split, it's like it was really no spiritual thing going on. I come from a family on both sides, my parental and maternal side, that have, of course, Christianity, Baptist. My grandmother, on my paternal grandmother, was a founder of an AME church. So we have that. I have a relative that is like a right-hand man to TD Jakes, so it's in the blood, and I can think back the first time where I had intuition, didn't know what it was at that time. So I will tell you, I identify on paper as a Buddhist. However, I'm very connected to source, very connected to spirit. And I will honestly say that the person you're looking at today, through young sexual trauma, teenage trauma, choosing to leave a marriage after 20 years, is because of my faith. It's because of my spiritual connection and awareness. And so I tap into anything that is spirit, anything that's going to feed me, that's going to direct me, you know what I'm saying, where my discernment and wisdom is going to come from. I'm going to tap into it. Reverend Michael Beckwith, I was introduced to him through The Secret.
Me too.
Los Angeles, when I saw, it's funny because when I saw Lisa Nichols on there, I thought it was me because I literally wore my hair like that.
Yes.
I said to her, when I saw that, I look, you turn around, you look, and I thought it was me. She said, because I am you, you are me. I was like, okay, fool. So I in 2006, after seeing The Secret, a friend of mine from 5th grade, that was my first superstar, Fatima Lowe, she used to sing Black Butterfly. Denise Williams, she could sing at a young age. So I would come to school sometime and just say, sing that song for me, sing that song for me, sing a song for me, just sing, So she took me there. And I remember from The Secret and just being there, just seeing people from all walks of life in these beautiful colors. And this was a choir. And I was like, if I ever joined the church, I would join. Fast forward 10 years later, I'm living in Los Angeles, and the first place I go is Agape. Now, before that, not even a year before that, I met Reverend. Well, I don't think I met him when I went to the church. Or probably was, they meet the people when they leaving out of the church. But I met him, and he was like, "But is she funny? Is she funny?" Like Reverend Michael Beckwith is real cool. And they had me perform at their Revelations conference in
those are big conferences.
Towson, Virginia. That was just so awesome. And it was even more of a connection, and when I was home, when I was in Los Angeles recently for a project, I had to go to Agape. I was like, and they're not physically open, but they turn no one away. You understand? So I got permission, let them know I was there, and it was just so, and the Rev is going to come up, talk to you real, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I could have went through calling him, say, hey, can I come in? But I went through the proper channels because everybody don't want to be bugged. Here, Reverend, but everybody don't be texting me.
Right.
Like, you're disturbing me. So, so I tap in, and when I mention, it's funny because sometimes I say stuff I don't even realize it. Iyanla Vanzant, Tapping the Power Within was the first retreat I went on, and that was in the 90s. And it was at Howard University. They actually, at that time, they had a hotel off of Georgia Avenue in DC, and we had it there. It was the best $199 I ever spent for my spurs. But I just believe that we are all here for each other. We're interconnected. It's people that make me sick on a regular basis. But when I really get no people that really make my entire behind itch. Whether it's family, friends, community, relatives, I be like, y'all irritate me, that type of thing. But we're all connected. And what we're seeing more and more and more and more as whatever after the pandemic, it's just so much going on. We're connected. And
Yes.
the thing about it, if we don't get that soon, it's gonna be too late. So,
Yes. Yes.
so what that day I was feeling you, I'm an empath and just honoring those things. So with that, it's like I have to protect myself to a certain point because sometimes it's like you see things and hear things you don't even want to see and hear, but that's how you are connected. So you have to protect yourself. And I called you that day and you were talking and you kind of went through it. And I didn't even know at the time. I was just like, because I was still I had I had divorced already, but it's still that stuff I'm just getting to me. I'm just feeling like going through divorce, uh going through my health issue with Graves' disease. All it's like the tape, the
Yes.
duct tape is just coming off my eyes, and my
Yes.
throat is just like I can breathe now. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yes.
So I guess because you were going through it, I just was like, hey. And then I think when I called you, it was actually on your birthday, I think.
It was on my birthday. Yes. Oh
Yep.
my God. To make things worse,
Mine.
he left a few
Like
days
it's
before
my
my
birthday.
birthday.
And, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Well, we are going to continue this conversation. We're going to take a commercial break and we're going to be right back to continue this. Can you see how funny she is?
Girl, I gotta tell you about my bra yesterday. Wait till I tell you about this.
We'll be right back after this commercial break.
She got commercials and everything. Rich.
Okay, let me try to find the daggone thing. Give me 1 second.
Who in the world wants to sign up for the Wrinkle Ministry? And this product all day long keeps me far from it. You know, nobody ever knows my age. No one knows that I have 5 kids. Most times they're completely shocked when I say that.
I feel so effortless.
My favorite skincare set is the Time Wise Repair Voluform set.
The Miracle Set has changed my face. It has protected my face from the sun. I no longer get the massive amounts of freckles during the summer.
One of my favorite Mary Kay skincare sets would have to be the Clear Proof set.
I love Mary Kay Botanical Effects because it makes me feel so confident and beautiful.
Definitely not just a pausing in anti-aging. I think the reversal of anti-aging is what I'm in love with because, you know, I think I sing to the high hills. Who in the world wants to sign up for the Wrinkle Ministry? And this product all day long keeps me far from it. You know, nobody ever knows my age. No one knows that I have 5 kids. Most times they're completely shocked when I say that.
I feel so effortlessly beautiful. I mean, what woman does not like receiving compliments? And every day when I go out with no makeup on, I am complimented how my face is glowing or how beautiful I am. And who doesn't want to hear that?
For a long time, it was very hard for me to find a really good skincare routine that would help target my problem areas and help to clear up my skin so I can walk around confidently without wearing makeup. I noticed my blemishes were going away and I glowed. Something that I haven't done in a very long time.
Mary Kay has allowed me to be who I really am, to love the skin that I was born with. Because Mary Kay has taught me how to take care of the best version of me that I was not able to see before I started using Mary Kay.
Mary Kay has given me the confidence to love my skin and to be able to share that confidence with others.
All right, all right. And we are back right here with Guide Out of Darkness, illuminating your healing and your hope to get out of those dark places. And our masterful guest today is Queen
Another word, masterful.
Aishah.
Yes.
Masterful
Yes.
guest today is
Come
Queen
through.
Aishah. And just in case you're just joining us, listen, I had to bring her as a guest guide because going through one of probably the worst or the beginning of my spiritual awakening when my husband just woke up and decided to leave, she called me and she offered me the gift of, let me say it right, Nichiren Buddhism.
Nichiren Daishonin Buddhism.
Nichiren Daishonin Buddhism
This
with
is
the chanting.
right. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. If you all seen the Tina Turner movie with Angela
Yes.
Bassett, then that's the same. It is the same practice. Yes.
And I said to myself during that time, I don't know if you knew this, but during that time, I couldn't, being of a Christian background and being thought I was a diehard Christian, about to be a minister, all of that stuff. I did not like God. I could not pray. I could not open a Bible. I could not feel like everything was going to be okay. And I did not feel loved by God. And when you gave me that, it almost instantly, within 3 days, I would say, of me chanting. And you kept just telling me, just chant, just chant. And we even had like a time of like, we're going to talk at this time and just chant. And even though I didn't fully understand everything, but what it did was it balanced me out a whole lot, and a lot of that anger subscribed very quickly. But I still had a long journey ahead. And it just seemed like right after that, I was nominated out of the blue. I don't know if you remember that, nominated out of the blue for Achi Woman of the Year. And in Atlanta, Georgia, Woman of the Year and Entrepreneur. Woman of the Year or something like that. And
I think you had asked me if I nominated you. You had invited me. You was like, "Did you nominate?" I was like,
I still to this day don't know
Uh-huh.
who nominated me. And then Queen
Yes.
Aishah and another friend, Crystal Washington, they came and they joined me there. And it was like one of the most beautiful thing. I was like, wow.
It was beautiful. That night was beautiful.
Just being able to have a tool that it didn't like necessarily rely on how I was feeling at the time, but it just started some crazy manifestations and a lot of balancing. And true to what she said, I felt like the best just started coming to me, and I am able to pull on a tool that gets me out, and it feels so good in my spirit when I do it. And I said to myself, I was okay with it, because if Tina Turner could get out of all her mess she was in, I'll take it.
The thing about it is, with spirituality, like I know it's been days like just going through divorce and illness and different things, like where I just had to know and believe that all is well. And I think that's where your faith comes. Like, and I will tell people in regards to chanting, and I would say this for praying, because prayer is universal. So whether you call it chant, because chanting also to me is a form of meditation, which is very calming and centering. So through your tears, if you're in the bed, you got sickness, all of that, pray, chant, whatever you do, but you got to believe. You understand? And some stuff is like, we can't see it, we can't feel it, we can't understand, but that's where that faith comes in. You know what I'm saying? You're looking at something, but it don't look like what it's going to be. But like, I know like how source shows up for me, how God shows up for me, and sometimes it's the last minute. It might be in sync, because sometimes I'm last minute. So he probably said, I'm gonna meet you where you at. I'm gonna meet you where you at last minute. So
Wow.
yeah, so just I think that those things are just very very important, you know. And it helps us take care of ourselves and put ourselves first.
Yeah, let's just go there. I found that while you were talking. Let's just flip here just for a second.
Namyo renge kyo, namyo renge kyo, namyo renge kyo, namyo renge yo, 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 namyo renge kyo, hope bon tai ni. Niti say san ju san ma yan ju niki go sa jo bu ji ye den den mo yo go ji ye ma nang ge na nye we da jo ma nang di bu yo bu no ji jo we cha ga bu sa den da na ga dan na ga mo ju jo bu den nya do bu mo yo do yin yo jo yin yo jo bu man jo ju jin den di sa wu wo zui ki shou sa di shu nang ge jo.
Letitia, what are you thinking after hearing that? What are you
And when you hear
thinking?
everybody in a room full of people together in unison, you talking about something beautiful. And that's why they say we are many in body, but one in mind. And I think that as a whole universe, when we are many in body and one in mind, for healing, for community, for forgiveness, all of that, like it's a wonderful thing. But go ahead, Letitia, it was your time, girl.
So I'm gonna put myself out there. I didn't know that there were Black Buddhists either. I thought Tina Turner was the only one. And so I didn't.
I'm edgy, girl. I do everything different.
I didn't know that. I did not. So I'm letting y'all know that now.
I love her accent.
I'm from Texas, so you know I have a little southern drawl. So
yeah, but yours, I like yours.
Thank you.
You sound like you can sneak up on a chick and really be deceiving and deceitful. But go on, girl.
You know, I'm a Gemini, so I have a couple of personalities.
We twin. That's right. We twin. I'm glad we perfect opposites. We twin. We love each other.
Yes. So I just think that's interesting when I was watching the clip, and I just saw how she just embodied the chant and how peaceful she was. So I'm just like in awe, really.
There's so much information out there on YouTube. If you go to sgiusa.org, there's so much information about the practice, people your experiences, and we're a lay organization, so there's no quote unquote ministers, pastors. Our mentor is Daisaku Keita, who is like the third president of the organization. He's in his 90s. He lives in Japan, and always sending guidance. He's received so many numerous awards, for just like peace, community, healing and supporting. So it's a lot of information out there. So that's what it's funny because I have like my sisters, they were introduced, they don't practice the way me and my mom do. And my goddaughter friends, but they remember when you plant the seed, whatever seed you plant, it's already planted. So it'll come. So they were like, and such what's going on. And the first thing I'll be doing is Namyo Renge. Letitia, you're going to be chanting before the end of the week. You're going to be, wait a minute, hold on. Namyo Renge. And I mean, anywhere, like I was in the car today, like I know I've chanted at least a half an hour because sometimes to me, to be in prayer, to be in connection with source is more important than any song. You understand? Any conversation, especially when you're going through something. I remember as a teenager, I was like, when I first got introduced to the practice, I was just like stressing and crying on the phone with my dad, and he didn't know what to do. And he was like, baby, he was like, stop crying. He was like, what's that thing your mother introduced you to? He was like, do that. Yeah, so I mean, I've chanted through tears, like for real. Like you can chant anywhere at any time for anything. And that's prayer, period, whether it's a Christian, Muslim, anything. But also the flip side is you got to be careful what you're praying for because you might get it. So also in my praying, I'll be like, God, prepare me for what I'm asking for. You understand what I'm saying? Prepare me for what I'm asking for.
I felt like with chanting that I didn't necessarily have to, And I know you guys taught me that. And it was so funny because my first meeting that I went to with them, it was like all this food and the house
We
was
gathered at someone's house. Yes.
in Atlanta.
Yeah.
All these like
Black, and it was a black
folks
Mm-hmm.
in this person's house,
Mm-hmm.
and they welcomed me like I had always been there with them, me and Izzy. And it was just amazing. And then when they all chanted, I was like, and then they all like gave me books and things to read, and I still have everything. I keep it. But it was just so amazing. But I felt like I don't always know what I want. I just know I want to be at peace, and I just know I want everything to be okay. And I want to present my best self. So there are times where, like I know when I go sit by the pool, I'll just hear it's time to chant. I'll hear it. It's time to chant. And then I'll chant. And then I'll hear there's time, to just worship, and I'll worship. I'll hear there's time to like pray in tongues. I'll pray in tongues. Like whatever.
Sunday is my gospel music day. Sunday, I get my gospel music on, okay, in my business. I love gospel music, like any inspirational music that, like, so my thing, I am a spiritual being. Yes. On paper, I am Buddha, but I tap into all sources, as I said earlier. All of them. Because here's the thing, I was born Muslim. I attended, the first school I ever went to was a Muslim school, Islamic school. I attended Catholic school. You understand what I'm saying? I went to pro-Black Pan-African schools. I'm in touch with everything. And I don't deny none of me, because it all makes me who I am today.
Yes.
It all makes me who I am today.
Do you feel like, you said it makes you who you are today. Do you feel like you wish that other people would be able to be a little more open with
what?
With their spirituality, or quote unquote, not be so closed in a box of religion? Because coming from a Christian background, everything outside of Christian that I know of is considered wrong, and you're going to hell. So there's already this kind of scary feeling like, oh, if I chant, oh no, that's witchcraft, I'm going to hell. Versus we're on the other side, and we know that it's all tools, and it all helps us stay out of hell, whatever hell is for people. I have my own acronym for what hell is. But I just felt like coming from a Christian was very judgmental, and most of them will never, ever, ever touch what we do, and being able to be as open as we are to like using the different tools and different practices to stay close to God, to stay close to source. I guess, so part of God Out of Darkness is really wanting people to know that's okay. You ain't going to hell.
So here's the thing. In Buddhism, so Buddhism, what they teach is karma, cause and effect. What you put out is what you get back, period. That's rule number one. And also, and they have the 10 lives. Like if you can be in hell, you can be in heaven, you can be in anger, you can be in hunger, grief. It's so many different levels or lives. I can't think of the proper term, but it's 10 of them. Like you can be the animosity at any time, at any moment. And then in regards to heaven and hell, that's just it's right now. Your heaven and your hell is right now. You know what I'm saying? It's your being. And it's so funny because I was listening to the radio today, and in Christianity, the whole thing, they say the devil, and with what I've learned, the devil is just your lower self. You have your higher self and you have your lower self. So everything starts with us. A lot of times we want to go outside of ourselves and say we
like that's the cause. It's something outside of me. That's the blame.
Right. So we have to start. Now there are things that come to us, but we still have to be proactive or reactive. A lot of times it says spiritual beings having human experiences, we're reactive, because that's just nature. For the most part, unless we really train ourselves up and discipline ourselves. So it's just so many things that we just take on subconsciously and don't even realize consciously they don't even work for us.
Right.
They don't even serve a great purpose for us. They're not making us better and greater people. It's keeping us on that hamster wheel. But when you really like consciously think about certain things. You be like, think about this. Think about things that our parents taught us that don't even work for us no more. They can't even remember the shit they taught us. Some of us. It's just that it was taught to them, or somebody told them, or they heard somebody say something. Like me and my cousin was talking one time. She was like, "Yeah, I'm sure your mother," and my mother had that conversation because my mother used to say that too. Like, what the hell? Like, I'll never forget this story. Y'all probably heard the story about how the woman used to cut the roast, the tail of the roast, right?
Yes.
So her daughter asked her mommy, and this is so old and ancient. Mommy, why do you cut the roast off? She said, "I don't know. Ask your grandmother. I saw your grandmother do it." She went and asked her grandmother. Her grandmother said, "Well, I cut the roast off because the pot was the pan pot or whatever was too small. I don't know why your mother did it." Because see, we pick up stuff and we don't ask questions. Now I'm gonna even go a little further than that, and it's gonna be touchy for some people. Think about all the people that are Christians, that they were born into Christianity, and we can talk about other religions too, Islam, Judaism, Hinduism, they were born into it, but because it's habit, it's spirituality, but it's habit. They've never said, does this really work for me? Is this really my belief? Because it's to keep the peace, to stay in sync, to stay in community, what you think supports you, that's what you stay. That's what you do. It's the same kind of sort of when you have children that go to college and they go to, I'm going to be a doctor, I'm going to be a lawyer because that's what my mom wants, that's what my dad wants. And then they go, and that's not even them because they haven't written, now they're tapping into, they having life experiences individually outside of their parents. And then it's like, that's not what's for me. This is my gift. Now they done spent all that money. They got all them loans, and their parents should pay it. If their parents made them go to school to be a doctor,
she said, "Hey, your
parents should pay it." Well, some of y'all parents slick. Y'all be telling them put the loan in their name. You put the kids, put it in the kids' name. You should pay it because they ain't want to be no doctor. They want to be a veterinarian, but you was like, they ain't gonna pay no bill. They said they want to be a comedian. You was like, no. Now they rolling it in. No, but seriously. So those types of things. We have to really think, because there's a lot of us that are really struggling, that are really sick. And that's where community comes in, because they want to be something. They want to be something else. It's in them and they can't deny it anymore. But they're thinking, well, what would my parents say? The thing about, you have a lot of people, especially of like African descent. Yeah. That's what the attorneys, the doctors, the lawyers, they come in. And that's what because their parents, that's what they send them to school. You go to school and do this. And here's the thing. When you have a family, everybody got a talent. So if everybody can go to school and do what they're here for, do you know how dynamic that is as a family unit?
That's good.
However, you know how dope that is? You know what I'm saying? But and again, they can only do what they're taught or what they know parents. So you go through it and you pushed into this, and now you're like, oh, that's not really what makes me shine. I say that I'm very fortunate to come from parents, especially my mom, that's very open. Me going to DC, when I left New Jersey, I went into Job Corps. I was there for almost 2 years. Came to DC. She said, go to Washington, DC, because Mayor Marion giving out summer jobs to the youth. So I went to DC, never got a summer job, but I made magic happen in other ways there. So she said, if it's home, you can always come back. You know what I'm saying? She said, if it's home, you can always come back. So go ahead, live your life. And I was in DC. My mom now lives in Maryland, which is next to DC. For you all that don't know, they kiss. My oldest brother is in DC. My sisters have lived there. My nieces and nephews have been born there. You know what I'm saying? So I did the Great Migration back to the South. I started it. So yeah, those types of things. So we have to I think that if we really find in us, we will be happier people if we really honor our authentic self. And then if we have a community that can support us, we ain't perfect. You know what I'm saying? We're all fallible. Yeah. One thing I always big myself up on is my community, especially my community of female friends, my girlfriends. Yeah. And I have really great friends. I have really great homegirls. I have really great buddies. You know what I'm saying? And they're different levels. I have sister friends, like women that hold me down. Now, not all that catty stuff. Now, individually, they have their stuff with them. You know what I'm saying? But as a unit, like, nah. You know what I'm saying? So I have really great people that support me. And that's another lesson I had to learn is how to place people. Because I take everybody and I had to learn like this person isn't for me, or I have to, because I'm gonna say I will cut your ass off so quick. I had to learn how to play chess, not checkers.
Right.
You know
Oh,
what I'm
I
saying?
heard that. Move.
Put people where they need to, be put, and be like, okay, this person can only go here. This person I only do this with, because I want everybody to get along. And it's not that they beefing, but I don't. Some stuff just ain't in sync.
Right.
They ain't the same tribe.
Right. That's true.
They don't wear the same
Everybody
uniform.
where they
You know what
belong.
I'm saying? So yeah.
So moving into that, what do you have going on now, Queen Aishah? Because I know you stay busy. I mean,
I'll be doing things. I'll be trying to do
you
things.
be doing big things, not just things, big things. What do you have going on now?
So I have one project that I just did. I can't speak on it yet. They haven't It's supposed to come on in October, but I'm not able to speak about it yet. So I'm excited about that. I'm always creating. I'm a creative person, so I am always creating. Like if I had the time, the staff, and the dollars to do, like it is, I'm always in my head creating so many things. So working on dates for Queen Aishah, the Queen Aishah experience. I have a name. I ain't gonna let that out yet. It's a dope name, y'all. Then my Funny and Stilettos. Queen Aishah presents Funny and Stilettos. It's an all-female diverse comedy tour. Working on more tour dates for Funny and Stilettos. I actually did this girls who brunched luncheon in Atlanta a few weeks ago, and my DJ C Devone, she's been living here for maybe 2 years. We haven't seen each other in a minute, and we've been talking about hooking up. Text her maybe 2 weeks before. When I was looking at the paperwork, I said, "Oh my gosh, she's a DJ." Rolled right up on at the venue. She said, "Oh my God," and she had said, "It's like we got the same birthday." Yeah, so just really, I love what I do. And I've always been a working comedian, meaning that I will keep a job, I will keep a hustle as long as it's legal, right? But sometimes you got to look and say the time and energy we put into other people's dreams. And some of the stuff and things that we have to deal with, you're better off if you can, when you can, to pour all of you into you. And get stressed out doing you.
Yes.
Than over somebody else's stuff, because all they're gonna do is send your family a card, a bucket of chicken, and they're gonna hire somebody and fill your damn position. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I heard that. How can people start to follow you, Queen Aishah? How do you want people to stay in touch with you in our audience watching?
Queen Aishah on the screen. I'm Queen Aishah everywhere except on TikTok. Tack to the tick, the tickety tack tack. I am Queen Aishah.
I am Queen Aishah.
I am Queen Aishah. Yes. So every place else is Queen Aishah. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all of that. And for bookings, you can send me a message on any of those platforms, or you can send me an email at queenaishah@gmail.com. And if you don't spell my name right, you're not gonna get me. QUEENAISHAH@gmail.com.
I heard that. Okay, and we are going to bring our show to a close after this commercial break.
She got commercials.
My little commercials.
Yeah, commercials.
Hey, I got commercials. Okay.
I ain't tell you about my bra, girl. I gotta tell you about that bra when we come back, though.
Okay. Yes, definitely. Wait. What is everything everywhere? We're gonna switch real quick. Go ahead and tell us about your bra while I find the commercial.
Well, let me tell you something. So I purchased this new bra because what I realized during the pandemic, because we didn't even really touch on the pandemic. What I realized during the pandemic is I was wearing like Saturday bras, lazy bras a lot because we wasn't going nowhere. And also, I ain't the only one. We wasn't bathing every day either, especially if like you wasn't in a relationship commitment, something to live for. You was like just doing you, right? So when I started putting my clothes back on and my drawers back on because we got company, I was like, "Oh, this bra a little snug," because everybody got a little swole, right? Got a little swole, especially except for them extra disciplined people. I bought this new bra and it's nice. It don't have any of the wire. It just fits your breast really nice. Just like it really make people jealous. It really make it look like you got your breasts done. You really be fooling them at the club because they sitting up nice.
Now, what
right?
bra is this?
Yes, honey. This the bra from Lane's and the Bryants.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Lane Bryant. Wow.
Yes, but let me tell you something. A couple of times I came in, I would get undressed. You know, you go to snap your bra. I was like, why is my hooks, like 2 or 3 of my hooks unfastened already at the bottom? I was like, that's interesting. They ain't worry nothing about it. Kept it moving. Another time it happened. I was like, girl, yesterday I'm in Goodwill minding my business because I like to go to Goodwill and see what they got because somebody gave away their good stuff and I'm going to check and get my gifts. Okay. I'm in Goodwill. All of a sudden, I was like, what is that? Why I feel like I just got free? Like, and next thing I know, my strap is coming down. I said, am I coming out my bra? And I had like a little peekaboo in my sundress in the back. I said, I hope these people don't think I'm getting naked in broad daylight, like in the store. Like, what is going on? My nipple better not slide from up under this bra. I'm going to be absolutely done. Yo, when I tell y'all I am done, I'm sitting here like my whole bra, not a hook, the whole 4 hooks. So I'm a 4 hook girl.
Oh my God.
It's a loose and I'm trying to catch breasts. I was like, no. I got in the car. I said, I'm so happy I'm double jointed. I was able to get in the car, bring them together and put it back together. I was like, what? I'm reaching out to Lane Bryant because they're not going to be doing this to me.
Oh my God.
I was like, what is happening? I ain't even wear the bra today. And here's the thing. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. Here's the thing. And I ain't the only one. Like, I will wear my black bra, my dark skin bra. I will wear it several times before washing it. Mm-hmm. The minute it starts smelling like sour milk, you're supposed to wash it. The summertime, you probably got to wash it more because, you know, you be sweating. Vagisil powder is a winner. Anyway, but I'm going to wear my bra. Now, your white bra tell your secrets. That white and that tan bra, you're going to have to wash that joint. Yes, you're going to have to throw some bleach on that. Some bleach and some peroxides. You're going to have to clean it. You're going to have to clean it. Yeah, so basically I was like, let me find out I got a broad back. Because I done came out this bra. I don't understand what's going on. I've never had that experience before, ever.
Oh my
I've
God.
had the wire slide up and almost poke me in my eye. And I'm like, I'm going to sue myself. I've had that happen, but the whole thing to come loose in the back, I've never had that experience before. Totally different.
Wow. All right, we found our commercial. That is too funny. I ain't never heard of that in my life, especially from us juicy women. Oh my God.
I know. I was like, what happened?
Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go right here. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
And
and what's the next term? And then the loneliness, because especially when you're not with somebody, but then you can be with somebody and still feel lonely, still feel all alone. And then the lack of just not feeling like you have enough of anything. You may have a job, but then you feel like the money that you're getting every 2 weeks is still not enough. You might have a car. You might have a the quickest way to sustain or get that immediate high of love that you're lacking is you eat. So when Letitia says, I'm an emotional eater, we use these terms, but we don't have no idea really what we're saying. We don't really have the depth of what that means to be an emotional eater. What we really are is a love eater. Love, the lack of, when we don't have a person that we feel like should be with us and loving us, have a partner. So love is eating at us. It's like what's eating at you, and the fact that you've given out so much of yourself and you're not trained to fill yourself back up. So, but when I think of hell, I think of the heartbreak, the emptiness, the loneliness, and the lack. So if you are in a perpetual hell where your heart is constantly getting broken, or you're trying to prevent your heart from being broken, you feeling empty. You know how we recreate ourselves and then all of a sudden what we're doing is not satisfying to us anymore. And now we're feeling empty and we don't know what we should do and where we should go and what's the next turn. And then the loneliness, because especially when you're not with somebody, but then you can be with somebody and still feel lonely, still feel all alone. And then the lack of just not feeling like you have enough of anything. You may have a job, but then you feel like the money that you're getting every 2 weeks is still not enough. You might have a car, but then you don't like it's old or something like that. But there's always a feeling of lack. That is your proverbial hell. And so while you are in hell, you cannot shift into losing weight as well as being able to keep it off, because your internal system is comfortable with being in hell.
Awesomeness.
Yes, 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 yes.
And you met that in that commercial, when you said fill yourself up, because we're supposed to give from our overflow. And women as nurturers, we're giving so much, and then we have no one pouring into us, because a lot of times we have the same people that are taking from us, but they're not depositing, whether it is a relationship, intimately, a family member, a job. And we have to stop and say, mm-mm. And in a nice way, you just not be available. You just not answer the call. You just not respond to the text message, because it's okay. You know what I'm saying? To not be available to everybody. You have to choose you first. I remember it was something I was reading. It was about a year or so, about more than a year. It was pre-pandemic. And like my mother said today, I don't remember. It's stuff I forgot during the pandemic. I'm gonna tell you what she said she was gonna do. I was like, Mommy, you raised me better than I can't even believe you had that conversation. But anyway, it was something about, the apples fall from the tree. They keep coming to get. Y'all ever heard this story? You come to get the apples, but you're not adding anything to it. You're just taking. You know what I'm saying? Like, so my thing, and I've had those people, and then I still have some friends that are like, we people, they've been there for me and all of this stuff, but it's poisonous. It doesn't feed me. It doesn't nurture me. I love them, but we can't communicate the same way. And here's the thing. Some people you don't even have a conversation with. You just got to move differently. Yeah. It got to be about action, not words. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a conversation yesterday with a relative about an event, and the person called and saying, if you was really inviting me, you know how I work in my schedule. And I'm like, you act like you're the only one invited. You act like it just went out to you. It's just like that, like that's the selfishness. You know what I'm saying? And then as the person was going there, what I was trying to do was stop the person from getting aggravated. So I was like, hold on, before you, You keep cutting me up. I'm trying to save you. Then I said, you know what? They're not available. Why are you trying to help somebody that ain't available for what you're giving them? They don't even operate from that level. You understand? They don't operate from that level. So why are you trying to what's that? Bye. I'm telling you, I was a ham sandwich and I don't even eat pork. A ham sandwich away from blocking and deleting. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? And I heard one of my ancestors say, don't do that.
Don't do it. Don't just let it go. Release.
It's gonna all work itself out. Let me tell you something.
Full circle. As we bring this episode,
I ain't letting them aggravate you. They will have your stomach in a knot. You be great when they have gone on with their life. Do you understand me? Mm-hmm. I'm very serious about that.
Yes. As we bring God out of darkness to a close,
looking like Oprah.
Always we close with the question, and today's question is: how do you know that you are spiritual? And we're going to start with our guest guide, Queen Aishah. Thank you so much for being here. How do you know that you're spiritual? And then we'll go to our guide, Letitia. All right, Queen Aishah, how do you know you're spiritual?
Because I know for sure, I am in the likeness and image of God. Period.
Wow. Letitia, how do you know you're spiritual?
In my ugliest and my greatest, I'm in the likeness and image.
I love that. You flawed and still worthy. I love it.
Oh, that's so good. Flawed and still worthy.
Get a t-shirt. You better get it. Letitia, you better write it down on this day, June 12th, 2022. You said you is what? Flawed and still worthy. Yes, honey. All the churches.
That's a word.
And when you this, what else you gonna do, Letitia? You gonna sign your signature under them words with your signature when you do it. They're gonna be hearing you.
Still worthy. You better hurry up, Letitia. You know I'll have a program next week to say flawed is still worthy. You know I'll whip a program together.
Girl, you better go ahead and type that email into yourself. Created on this day at 5:04. Well, your time is 4:04 p.m. And put today's day. Go ahead and email that to yourself. You created that on this show. And I'll get your t-shirt. That's dope.
Look at what comes out of God out of darkness. Look at
where you supposed to be doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm. I would just say just being connected to source universe and not just being so like, I'm not gonna say narrow-minded, but just so tunnel focused on one particular thing and knowing that God speaks to you. Like you don't have to go outside of yourself to hear from God. That's how I think, you know that you're spiritual.
Yes. Well, I want to thank our guest guide, Queen Aishah, the humor healer, for sharing her awakening experiences and the tools and chanting and all the laughter that she gave us today. And listen, thank you for being with us with Guide Out of Darkness. I am your healing and intuitive teacher, Nekisha Michelle. And until we meet or speak, hug yourself for me, and we'll see you the same time next week.
I forgot I got a show on Tuesday in Atlanta, Georgia at Deck Bar and Grill. Yes, I do, at 9 p.m. And it's free. We need free. The way these gases prices are set up, you got to add extra
gases.
Extra ecstasies and essences to gases. The gases is so high you can't even pass gas. It's expensive. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'm in Mexico.
I'm so happy for basic card. Basic, baby, basic. Because people driving expensive cars, they couldn't afford them before the gas went up. They really can't afford them now. You're like, do I pay a car note? Do I get some gas? Do I feed my kids? Can I change my oil? Can I get some window wiper fluid? Come on. Ridiculous.
And we're going to leave out with Sister Tina chanting for us.
Let's go to Joba Tera Juju, Enan Juju, He, You, and Come Young Muju, Hope and Endo, Jojo, 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 Chicken armas equals Naraji can go and then Moyamoke, Rick Mojo is and your gators and Mashin Yumosa Jojo is at these of water as no rando Juju from the Joe Continue Nanga Jittar, your country Moyamo, and these are who. So that's one of the first prayers.
Yes.